5 seconds. Live.
G'day everybody, Kris Gethin here and welcome to my kitchen where I'm going to cook for you today. So not often do you see me cooking, usually I'm in the gym. However, I do understand that you're only in the gym for about an hour each day, maybe 5 days a week. However, you're always eating. If you're not thinking of food, you're preparing food. If you're not preparing food, you're carrying food. If you're not carrying it, you're eating it. So I thought it would make sense for me to cook for you today using the stuff that I have here and Caged Muscle supplements. I understand all too well that we are just mere mortals and we do have cravings. So I want to highlight how we can kill those cravings without killing our waistline at the same time. So before I get into this, with showing you all the ingredients, I want you to know that the Bodybuilding.com supplement awards are up right now. And if you want to get 25% off any of our products, vote right now for Caged Muscle. We're in for the brand of the year, the creatine supplement of the year, breakout supplement of the year, and me, MVP of the year. So please go and cast your vote and get 25% off. So I'm going to cook protein bars for you today. Ooh, look out. And this is, I'd like to say my favorite recipe, but Sunshine, my fiance behind the camera, she actually came up with this recipe and I just enjoy it. So now you're going to get to enjoy it. So I'll go through some of the ingredients here. So bear with me just in case I say to my fiance, how much are we using here? Okay, so number one, this is perfect to have around your workouts, okay? Whether it's before your workout, after your workout, while you are insulin sensitive. So the sugars that I do have here, which are natural form in maple syrup, don't get stored as fat because if you're insulin sensitive, your body may suck it up that much more easier. So I do suggest if you're gonna have like a high carb day or you're gonna have, you know, some treats, then try to time it either around your workout or on a day that you're putting in cardio or hitting a larger muscle group, because I wear a CGM here, a 24-hour blood glucose monitor. I've got one from NutriSense where I look at the app and I can see what sort of spikes I have. However, if those spikes come down very, very quickly, if I'm doing it around legs or on a day that I'm doing cardio, doing a hike, it's no problem whatsoever. So let's go through some of the ingredients. Here, I have toasted almonds. Half a cup?
Half cup.
Half a cup, got it right. Woo! And then I have 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup here. I'm not going to tip that over, but I'll show you the syrup that we got from Vermont from Sunshine's sister. Tastes absolutely awesome. I also have some oats here, ground up, 2 cups.
2.5.
2.5, close, no cigar. Got them ground up here just to make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to put 2 scoops of the Micro Pure Whey Protein Isolate. I've got the chocolate flavor here, okay? This has less than 1 gram of lactose in it. So any of you that has lactose intolerances or anything like that, it also has a pro-hydrolyzed enzyme which helps break down that protein fraction into a smaller fraction, and it is naturally flavored and naturally colored, all right? So I'm gonna put everything into the mixer here. The nuts, the flour.
The oats.
Oat flour then. Well, it was oats up until 5 minutes ago. And I'm gonna put the syrup in here. And then 2 scoops of the Micro Pure Whey Protein Isolate from Caged Muscle. Now, like I said, I've got chocolate in here. You can choose any flavor you want. You chuck it in there. Boy, this is a lot of pressure. It better come out good. And then what I'm going to do is add a pinch of salt here. I've got Redmond real salt, but you can use whatever you want. I like it for the mineral balance that's in there. And once I blend that up, you're going to need some water. You'll need a little bit of water to add to it. What I like to do is just add a little bit so it just doesn't get too runny, that we get a good thick consistency that we can put into this plate. So it binds, you know. So I'll mix it up first. Oops, that was wrong. that needs to. What the hell happened to this?
The other way.
Huh?
The other way.
Show me. I knew that. Jeez, come on. Jeez. Should have had that prepared for me. Alright, now, how does this work? Yeah. Nope. I'm going to go behind the camera and Sunshine is going to do this. Exactly what happened. Oh, you're going to take the lid off.
Yeah, you guys, you can work on that part. Take the lid off.
Like that. Look. I'll see now that's come off.
There we go.
There you go. Okay, now you put that bit on, because that's the difficult bit. And this is why you'll usually see me under a squat rack or bench press as opposed to in the kitchen. I like to eat. Navigating around the kitchen can be a little bit difficult for someone like me. I like to lift heavy things. So what you may find is that a lot of it may stick to the bottom, so I'm going to just throw in the spatula there just to make sure that we get all of it from the bottom as well, because it's kind of binding underneath there.
You may need a little water.
Yeah, I'm going to put some water in there. But believe me, the little sacrifice that we're making here is worth it, because these taste absolute bomb. Alright, a little bit of water. I'll use this. Look at this. Right, so I'm just going to keep putting little bits of water in. Oh. Yeah, do you reckon that's enough?
Uh-huh. You can take that lid off.
It's okay, it's going through.
Oh, okay.
Do you reckon that's enough, or should I go a little more?
That's good. Try it with that.
Okay, we'll give that a shot. Okay. Yeah, this is going to need a lot more water actually. So I'd say that I've just put in 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to guess that it needs about 3/4 of a cup here. But we'll soon find out. Yeah, I'm going to put in another 100 ml here. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, that might be pretty much it actually, yeah. So I'd say you're looking at about 3/4 of a cup. I'm just gonna make sure that we get all of the dry bits from the side here, and then give it one more go, and I think we're there. Do you want to lick the spatula?
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty good, huh? Okay, I think we're about it. So, we'll just take this out. Where? I need it. Why did this come off? There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit of spray oil just to put in there to make sure it doesn't stick. So I've got some extra virgin olive oil that I'm just going to spray in the bottom. And then we're gonna lay this bad boy out. Ooh, this looks good.
And then you freeze it, right?
Yep. So I'm going to lay this out in the glass baking tray here. And then all we're going to do, because this is a no-bake recipe, we're just going to put that in the freezer for about 20 minutes while we have a chin wag and see what that looks like. And I tell you what, having this, sometimes Sunshine and I have taken this recipe of bars, just put them in Ziploc bags and taken them on hikes. We've taken them snowboarding, we've taken them when we go traveling. We're actually going away this weekend and we will always take a load with us because, you know, if you're at an airport, as I know there's not many of you going to the airports at the moment, chances are you're not going to get anything that's any good. And if you are having a craving, this is perfect. So like when we're hiking, obviously we're going through a lot of calories and we want protein. We want to make sure that we stay in a catabolic state. So what I'm doing is just layering it out flat here. You can obviously use more of a mixture. Sometimes we'll do double this amount because I'm a gutsy bugger and I need to feed my muscles.
We have some questions here, but someone just asked how many oats did we add? It's 2.5 cups.
2.5 cups. Well, how about this? While I'm doing this, Sunshine can write down a recipe on a whiteboard and y'all can take a screenshot of it. Perfect, that's what she's got to do now. But just to let you know, in case if you want to know, so it was 2.5 cups, 2 cups of oats, wasn't it?
2.5.
2.5 cups of oats. 2 scoops of the isolate, 1/4 of a cup of the syrup, and I put a pinch of salt in there as well, and did a cup of toasted almonds because I like to have crunch. The protein is very nurturing. The oats kind of nurturing, but the nuts, they're angry, and I like to combine some anger with some nurture. So, that's good. So I'm going to throw this in the freezer. And then we're going to have a chin wag and I'm going to answer some questions for you. And Sybil's just written out the recipe there, so I'm going to hold that up in front of me so you can take a screenshot of it. And just throw this in the freezer.
Someone, Devesh is asking, what supplements would you recommend for a beginner?
I thought I was going to answer the questions in a second.
Oh,
Can I have that a sec? I'm going to answer your questions in a second for that. Let me just hold this up. Oh, is it ready? No, it's not ready yet. Okay, then I'll answer that question. Supplements for a beginner. The thing is, every supplement has a benefit. They all have benefits, but you have to look at things logically. If you took every single supplement out there on the market, you'd probably die. You'd be toxic, you know? So look at things logically. So for a beginner, I suggest a good omega oil. So, you know, I like to have a good couple of grams of omega oils, omega-3s. You know, your 6 and 9s are still good as well. So a good oil, a good multivitamin, because a lot of the food is over-harvested today due to population overgrowth. Then we also have the soil is depleted of its minerals as it once was. And obviously the fruit or whatever that grows from it is depleted in the vitamins. So we have to supplement with a multivitamin just to make sure that, you know, we have that fail-safe proof. So I suggest that. And then for bodybuilding supplements, I do suggest a good protein, because if you cannot get your meals in, then I always tell my clients, drink your meals. And you want a fast digesting protein around your workout. Okay, so we have a post-workout formula called Recaged, and you want to have that immediately after your workout. And if you need something that helps with your focus, helps you get a pump, helps you get mind-muscle connection, also assisting with the buffering of your lactic acid, then a good pre-workout and pre-caged is that supplement. Further from that, it is very, very important that you stay hydrated. The majority of the people around the world are dehydrated. The body is made up of at least 60% fluid. So if you want good electrolyte function, you want a good energy, you want to remain focused, You want to transport nutrients, stay hydrated. So if you have like a naturally flavored product that can enhance your fluid with electrolytes, with antioxidants, add that to it. And we have a product that is just that, called HydroCharge. HydroCharge. Now, Pink Lemonade HydroCharge has just been nominated in those Bodybuilding.com supplement awards. Am I holding it in the right place there?
Yeah, put it down a little bit. There.
There? Okay, y'all. Take a screenshot of that right now. We'll be gone forever. And that is your recipe for today's amazing protein bars, KM protein bars. Okay? Isolate. All right. So, if we move over yonder, there's a lot of other recipes that I like to do. So one of the things that I like to have pretty much every morning is I'll have my protein powder in oats, okay, in a bowl. I'll just cook my oats up in water, and then I'll add a protein powder to it, and further from that, I'll add a scoop of glutamine. So we have fermented glutamine that I add to that. I'll also add a little bit of salt because I want to have good mineral balance, because I've just slept throughout the night and I lose a lot of fluid. So I put a little bit of salt in there as well. And I'll usually add about 1.5 to 2 cups of frozen blueberries in there as well. So I can have plenty of antioxidants first thing in the morning as well. Usually in the evening, I'll have casein just mix in a bowl, 2 scoops, very, very thick, and I'll add blueberries to that. And sometimes I'll swap the blueberries and just put nuts in there. So there is a nut that is out at the moment that I absolutely love, and it's called the Baruca nut. It's higher protein than any other nut, higher in fiber, lower in cholesterol, more antioxidants. It's like the best nut in the world when it comes to the nutritional profile. And if you've seen a TV show called Down to Earth at the moment with Zac Efron and Darren Ollian is known as the superfood hunter. He is like the Indiana Jones of superfood. So it was him that discovered the Baruca nut, and that's the nut that I actually like to put in with my casein. So there you go. Anyway, so do you want me to answer some questions before? I'm going to answer some questions, then I'm going to talk about some of the innovation that we've got with Cage Muscle currently and what's coming down the pipeline, and then I'll answer some more questions.
So Tasha's asking, what would you recommend for a 16-year-old who has difficulty gaining mass?
More so it's just going to come down to food. You know, whenever anybody says to me, hey, I eat so much, but I can't put on size, chances are they're not, it's number one, they're not eating enough. And when people say I eat a lot, and then I see how much they eat, I'm like, spend a day with me, I'll show you what, you know, eating a lot is. But chances are it's usually the wrong types of food. So when people have a hard time putting on size, they tend to go for fast foods, a lot of sugar, a lot of carbohydrates. If this 16-year-old has a fast metabolism, that's going to do nothing but speed their metabolism even more. So I would suggest swapping a lot of those starch carbs for slower digesting carbohydrates. Could be like sweet potato, could be oats, but going higher in the fats. So extra virgin olive oil, MCT oil, nuts, seeds, egg yolks, more red meats, avocados, things that are going to be denser in calories that isn't going to spike the metabolism as much as a starch carb. So that's what I'd suggest. And obviously, you know, plenty of protein. You want to be looking at least a gram of protein per pound of body weight. I like to go for about 1.5, somewhere around there. So, that's the go. And if she cannot eat the meals, then always look at making smoothies and stuff like that.
Richard wants to know, who did you vote for the 2020 Supplement Awards?
Who did I vote for? Who do you think? I voted for Jim, I voted for Muscle Tech, I voted for Cage Muscle, of course, and myself. MVP, baby. Don't I deserve it? Come on, cast your vote.
All right. When do you schedule your training sessions during the day?
I like to train about early to mid-afternoon. That's my preference. Due to my work schedule, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes I have to train later. Other times I train earlier. I don't like training earlier in the morning because I find I'm 46 years old today, I find as I get a little bit older, it takes me longer to warm up. So I don't like training first thing in the morning because I still like to train hard and heavy. And I just find it takes a while for the synovial fluid and blood flow to get into my body to train hard and heavy. So the perfect time for me is in the afternoon, but this is what I do. So this is our new flavored pre-caged, which is grape. Of course, all of our products are naturally flavored and naturally colored. So please try to go for natural flavors and natural colors. I will have this anytime. However, if I get to the gym after 3 p.m., I use this product, which is a pre-caged, stim-free. There you go. My hand model there is going to show you that. So this is the same product as pre-caged, however, without the organic caffeine that we have. Again, just to let you know, just as a side note, we use patented ingredients, fermented ingredients, and organic ingredients that are naturally flavored and naturally colored. So this has the same profile of ingredients as pre-caged, however, without the organic caffeine, because I'm a slow caffeine metabolizer. So that's why I will take pre-caged in the evening, because I track my sleep with this Aura ring, and that tells me how much deep sleep, REM sleep I have, and the efficiency, my latency, all that sort of stuff. And if I have caffeine too late in the day or the evening, it does mess up the quality of my sleep. And sleep is very, very important to me. I used to have very little sleep, but I'm able to make better gains, and I'm definitely a better person to be around. I don't know if my fiance would agree with that, by having better quality sleep.
All right, we'll take one more question.
Yeah, one more question, and I'm going to talk along you.
Oscar wants to know, how much creatine should he be taking daily? Does he need to overload?
Depends if you're talking about creatine monohydrate or creatine HCl. So creatine HCl is based on your body weight. So you need to check your body weight, okay, and then check the back of our cage muscle creatine HCl to see how much you should be taking. So I'm 223 pounds currently. I know, I just jumped on a scale this morning. I was like, holy shit, I think I have to pull down a little bit of weight soon. But I'm kind of enjoying this kind of phase of my life at the moment, you know. So the creatine HCl, I don't actually have the creatine in front of me, but the creatine HCl, like I said, is based on body weight. However, if you are taking out Clear, is the Clear up there, baby?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's up the top. Our Clear is a monohydrate, however, it is extremely soluble. It is more soluble than any other monohydrate on the planet, bar none. So if you put creatine monohydrate in solution, you'll notice that it sinks to the bottom, and that's why a lot of people have an upset stomach. However, this doesn't. It's particularly if you put it in warmer water. So I always like to have creatine usually in warmer water. It gets absorbed better when you're closer to your body temperature. So with the creatine monohydrate, you're probably looking about 5 gram dosages 4 times per day, okay? Especially if you're going to go through a loading phase. So a lot of people go through a loading phase for about 7 to 10 days, and then they go through a maintenance phase of 2 scoops, okay? So that'd be 10 grams. However, this is how I prefer to do it. I will do 10 grams every day. So on my training days, I will actually, even though there's creatine monohydrate, creatine HCl, in pre-caged and in re-caged, so that's when you should have your creatine before your workout and straight after your workout, I will actually add a scoop of creatine to it. And then on my non-training days, this is what's very important and where a lot of people really miss out. You need the cell to be saturated in order to have optimized ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate levels, which helps you push through the explosive movement. So if you're a sprinter, if you're a powerlifter, if you're a strongman, if you're a bodybuilder that's doing lower volume training, creatine is really going to help, only if the cell is saturated for your ATP stores. So you need to take creatine on your non-training days as well, much like carnosine. So if you look at carnosine beta-alanine, so carnosine is a patented form, all the studies will show that you don't just take it on training days. It has to be taken on non-training days as well. And that's why we have our carnosine SR to take on your non-training days. So this is what I do with my creatine. In this big gallon flask that I have here, I will add my essential amino acids. So in here, on my non-training days, I'll have my citrulline, because I'm obviously not getting it in my pre-caged or my in-caged. In-caged, where it's here. I'll have my citrulline in here, I'll have my glutamine in here, I'll have my branched chain amino acids in here, and I will also add my creatine in here, okay? So with my hydrocharge is my flavoring system that is naturally flavored, naturally colored, that has antioxidants, that has electrolytes in there, but it's the flavoring system for me to add my other amino acids to, okay? So, man, I went on for such a long time, I even forgot what the question was.
Does he need to say about creatine? But
that's it. So that would answer your question. So anyway,
there are more questions, we'll get back to them.
I'm going to get back to you with more questions in a second, because I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing, where we are right now, and what we've got coming in the pipeline in the future. And then we're going to go back to the freezer, get our protein bars out, and you are going to watch me eat them. You're going to sit there pissed off because you're not eating them yourself. However, this recipe, you saw how long it took, literally 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes, and that's only because I had trouble with that bloody food mixer. And it wasn't me, it was the food mixer, all right? So, as you know, we've been around for about 5 years. You know, our partnership with Bodybuilding.com has been absolutely awesome. I was the editor-in-chief of Bodybuilding.com. The reason why I moved to Boise, Idaho from LA was to work for Bodybuilding.com back in 2007, would you believe? So, you know, I have a very, very close partnership and a place in my heart with Bodybuilding.com. And, you know, to be nominated now, to kind of from being behind the camera and in front of the camera through the video trainers that I have on Bodybuilding.com, and now having a supplement line that has been nominated in the supplement awards, where we have won year after year, is absolutely phenomenal. So we've been nominated, of course, yet again. So if you go and vote for Cage Muscle, you'll actually get 25% off now. So please do go to the supplement award page and vote for us, Cage Muscle and myself, Kris Gethin. But through those 5 years, we have really changed the game. I don't feel that I'm trying to sell you something. I feel that this comes very easy to me because I absolutely believe in everything that we do. We work on very sharp margins to make our products available and affordable. I want to put my hand on my heart and go, you know what, I feel good if I'm going to give this to my family, you know, and that's how I feel about this product line. And it takes time. So we haven't come out with a huge line of products because we do a lot of testing. And I always say, we don't guess, we test. So I test a lot. If you've seen any of the videos that I've put out there, like on the Cage Muscle website, you'll see that I actually go to the farm where we source the pure calf organic caffeine. You'll see that I go to the manufacturing plant where we actually get the KSM 66 ashwagandha in India, how it's sourced, how it's clean, how we look after the farm and the farmers and the economy and the structure there. That is very, very important to us, you know, and we want to feel that we're putting out a purpose and a legacy. So with our supplements this year, we have changed things a little bit because over the past few years, we've put a lot of time and energy and money into like video trainers, into content, okay? If you see any of those video trainers that I've got out there, they cost over $100,000 to put out, over $100,000. And you know, it's only so much money that we have when we put all the money back into the product and work on sharp margins and don't put a lot of money into marketing. We decided, are we going to put a lot of money into marketing or into the product? We're going to put it into the product. So this year we decided, you know what? We are going to pull back on the content this year, but we are going to feed everyone's demand and put more time and money into products so we can bring out more products. So you may have noticed already this year, we have started putting out more natural flavors. We've been putting out, so we've recently just put out the grape flavored pre-caged. this is my absolute favorite, the Blue Raz in-caged. Sunshine has been drinking this all friggin' day, so we're gonna have to come out with something that has less caffeine, I think, because she's not sleeping at night. And obviously we have the stim-free pre-caged that has come out. We came out with Amino Synergy, which is our essential amino acid formula as well. And our essential amino acid just isn't that. We also have electrolytes in there as well. And we also have a caffeinated version, which of course is with Pure Caf organic caffeine. And then we came out with Creaclear as well. So this is a micro-encapsulated creatine, which is the very first completely soluble creatine on the planet. Because if you guys have followed me, you'll know that I've never, ever, ever been able to take creatine monohydrate. Never. Because the negatives would always outwork the benefits for me. I'd get upset stomach, I'd get diarrhea, I'd get gassy. So I was like, bollocks to this. I won't take creatine monohydrate. And I started taking creatine HCl, patented form of creatine HCl, many, many years ago. And it wasn't until we partnered with a manufacturer overseas, and you'll see the videos again of me online actually going to these labs to work on this product. And that's why we came out with this creatine monohydrate, because it's the world's first soluble one. Because people would say, well, why do you have a creatine HCl and a creatine monohydrate? Well, I know there's people out there that are complete creatine monohydrate fans. That's awesome, that's perfect. I'm not saying creatine monohydrate is shit, I never have. However, it's been shit for me, because that product, or creatine monohydrate, has more studies backing up its effectiveness than any other amino acid in the world. Okay, so who am I to quarrel that? So when we came out with a soluble one, it's like, perfect, let's put it out there for the people who love creatine monohydrate but want a powerful one. So, and then we have just come out with the recaged, again, more flavors. We've just released another flavor as well, and this is the fruit punch. So recaged is our post-workout formula. So this is to be taken as a system, not separate, together, okay? That's how it was formulated and was created, because I like to have a pre-workout, and if you've seen my workouts, they're intense. There's a lot of volume. People say, oh yeah, I want to train, I want to do that workout, and then when they do work out, they end up throwing up, they're sick, they're lightheaded, they can't finish the workout as strong as I've begun. And I'm not saying, look, I'm a tough guy. I just train with a lot of intensity, very short rest periods, and with a lot of volume. But I do cardio every day. We went for a run this morning. So my cardiovascular engine is very strong, and it's adapted for this. So I need a supplement that is gonna continue to allow me to finish these workouts as strong and stay hydrated and stay pumped and stay focused, instead of scrolling on a bloody phone or chatting to people in the gym, which I see people do all the time. That's their prerogative. If that's what they want to do, fine, do it. However, that's not for me. I go in there for therapy. So I want to be in the zone. So 40 minutes before the workout, I'm either taking the pre-caged or pre-caged stimulant free. I'm taking one of those bad boys, okay? Just to make sure that it is in my system by the time I start moving when I get into the gym. I'll always perform, some warm-up sets. Then I'll take in-caged as soon as I begin working out. So we have the new grape flavored pre-caged, and we have the new blue raspberry flavored in-caged. Again, naturally flavored color. And I'll take that throughout my workout, because that is gonna help me continue to stay focused, stay pumped, continue to buffer lactic acid, and have that mind-muscle connection and finish the workout as strong as I've begun. So I'll always finish my in-cage before my last exercise, And if you look at the size of these scoops, they are the biggest in the industry that is filled with fermented, patented, and organic ingredients, okay? Because it needs to be that big in order to have the effective dosages of each ingredient, okay? So that's like a 30-gram scoop. And then, I'm gonna get powder all over my hands here now, because of that had sunk. And then, if you look here, we have a 15.5 gram scoop, again made up of patented, fermented, and organic ingredients, in our intra-workout formula, which is bigger than most pre-workouts, okay? Then immediately after your workout, your recovery is gonna dictate your performance for your next workout. So you need to recover as fast as you humanly possibly can. So that's when you'll have recaged immediately after your workout. So I'll always have this, and then I'll go and do my post-workout cardio, because I want to facilitate those protein fractions into the localized areas that I have just trained, okay? The faster I can repair those damaged areas, let's say I've just hit legs, repair the damaged legs, the more efficient my next workout is going to be, because I'm going to be more recovered, okay? So look at the size of that bad boy, 42 grams. And in here, you have your whey protein isolate, you have a pro-hydrolyzed enzyme to break down that protein fraction into a smaller fraction for even quicker recovery. You also have your fermented glutamine, you have your essential amino acids, you have your creatine HCl, you have your beta power, which is a patented form of betaine, everything you need and everything that you don't want and need in that system together. Coming down the pipeline, how much time do I have?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, good. Coming down the pipeline, we have a lot more innovation coming. We got a lot of new natural flavors coming. And if any of you follow me on my Instagram stories, it's KrisGethin, you'll see that I've been doing a lot of testing lately. And quite often we'll have the samples come and we'll test them and they're like, yeah, good, close, let's get closer. Let's get closer, let's get closer. And quite often, we'll go through like 13, 18 renditions of a flavor before we finalize it. You know, unless it's 100%, we don't come out with it. Unless we feel it's better than other stuff within that category, we don't come out with it. Simple as that. This isn't me trying to sell something to you. This is me just being transparent. This is me feeding my purpose, okay? And coming down the pipeline, not only do we have other flavors, we have other products, okay? So we will be coming out with a multivitamin this year. This multivitamin is a friggin' game changer. This provides 100% of the vitamins and minerals and digestive enzymes, so like prebiotics, that your body needs on a daily basis, okay? So that's coming down the line. And this is completely natural. It's not synthetic, that's created in a lab. This comes from real food. So this is farm to supplement multivitamin, okay? Further from that, again, if you've followed my stories for some years or anything like that, you'll see that I have something called Live to 100 drink cocktail that I put together. So I'll have bone broth, I'll have apple cider vinegar, I'll have glutamine, I'll have magnesium, I have all sorts, I have greens, everything in this drink, and I kind of hold my nose and knock it back. And I've been very transparent with the fact that not only do I want to kick ass in the gym or kick ass outside, I want to live past 100 years old in good health. So I not only want to increase my longevity, I want to increase my health span. So now we are coming out with a product very, very soon that is going to have these ingredients in it in like a powder form, okay? So you'll have a scoop of that, and it's going to be coming out in a very nice flavor that we've been testing, and it is like blowing everything off the market in regards to that flavor. And this is going to be a game changer when it comes to flavors as well, and that is our plant-based protein. So a lot of people have been asking for plant-based protein, and I go vegetarian or vegan every year as well. And so the plant-based protein that we've got coming out is a game changer. So we have been doing a lot of blind testing with this product, and the flavor and the texture of this plant-based protein is phenomenal. I guarantee you that every whey protein consumer out there is going to start purchasing this product as well. There's no doubt about it, just so they can have a different flavor profile to what they've already got, because the flavor and texture is that awesome. And I'm not just going to say that and then come out with a product and you be disappointed, because I'm not going to talk something up just in order for you to be let down. So look out for that as well. All of these products will be coming out this year, and we've just put in a lot of money and time and effort and resources into coming out with these products. And we'll also have a branch chain amino acid that is flavored as well, because we do have our fermented BCAAs. However, we want to come out with a flavored branch chain amino acid as well, that people don't have to add to their HydroCharge or anything like that, but they can have it just by itself. So that's coming down the pipeline as well. There you go. But if you want 25% off any of these supplements right now, vote, cast your vote, please, on the Bodybuilding.com supplement awards page. And hopefully someone's actually putting it there. Derek will be there putting it up, I'm sure. And you can get 25% off all of these when you cast your vote for Caged Muscle. And of course, myself, Kris Gethin, MVP. All right, any questions here then? I'm going to answer some questions and I'm going to get the protein bar out.
Yeah, so where can people get your products besides Bodybuilding.com, especially if they're in India or London or international?
If you're in India or if you're in London, you can still order it from Bodybuilding.com. So Bodybuilding.com do ship overseas. So go to Bodybuilding.com and they'll ship to you. Like we ship hundreds of boxes to India every single day. So, go in there and order. Like when I was living in India, I lived there for 4 years. I would order from bodybuilder.com about 3 months worth of supplements in one go. So I'd always stock up. And when I felt like I was about 6 weeks out from running out, I would order again. Sybil knows what I'm like. I'm an organized freak when it comes to things like that. I never ever want to run out. So I don't wait until like 2 weeks before, I'd wait till about 6 weeks before because I knew that living in India, it takes a long time. Sometimes it gets stopped at customs, there would be a delay, so I'd always give myself 6 weeks.
Stacy wants to know if there are any other plans for casein flavors.
Yes, we got more casein flavors coming down the pipeline as well. Have you tried this though? Because I just had this last night, so I'm just bringing it up. Try a scoop, okay? Try a scoop of vanilla and try a scoop of chocolate, mix those together and blend some blueberries in there. Boom. Perfect. And you can even get like that PB2 powder, the peanut butter powder. You can put a bit in there if you want a bit of peanut with that.
Where'd you get that KM headband from?
From CagedMuscle.com, baby. We got the headband, we've got the face masks. I don't know where the face mask is, maybe I left it in the Jeep. I was wearing it this morning. Yeah, so I go in with my this on or this on. I'm like, I'm stacked.
Josh wants to know how much water do you drink per day?
A gallon at least. So I got my gallon flask here. So I'll drink a gallon of this. But I realized when I was living in India, it doesn't come down to the amount of volume that you're drinking. It comes down to the quality of that volume. So that's why I always have like HydroCharge. I'll have HydroCharge in here. Okay, or I'll have amino synergy. So this is your essential amino acids with electrolytes. This is your electrolytes with antioxidants, both naturally flavored and naturally colored. So always want to have natural, I don't want artificial dyes, I don't want any artificial colors, I don't want any of that crap, so always go natural.
2 questions here for creatine. Is it okay to take creatine with your breakfast? And can you take creatine when you're not working out?
You could take creatine when you're not working out, but I wouldn't know why you would do that. Of course, you take it on your non-training days. So I train about 5 days a week, and I'll always take it on my non-training days. Yes, you can take it at breakfast. However, make sure that you drink about 1 liter of water first, because remember, the creatine helps volumize your cells with fluid. If you don't have fluid in your body, then it's going to suck it out of your muscle and you could potentially cramp, you could be dehydrated, so you want to be hydrated. How much time? Because I got to get the bars out.
I'm going to ask you one right now. We have about 15 minutes. So.
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're good.
Do you still fast, intermittent fast?
Yeah, not that often though. I'll fast a couple of times a week, maybe once a week at the moment. I actually mentioned this on a live yesterday. I feel that I'm about to go into like a muscle building phase. I feel like I'm going through that now actually, but more of a muscle building phase because I know that next month, towards the end of the next month, I'm going to start leaning out. And it's weird. Sometimes these things just come over me and I know what it is now. I've pinpointed it. I need to put different logs on my fire to keep my motivational fire burning. So sometimes I kind of just coast with my bodybuilding training and I'll do something else. Or I'll just pull back and kind of rest myself not just physically, but mentally, because I'm always goal-driven. So maybe I'll take that goal-driven mentality for myself physically and turn it into something else. Maybe business, maybe career, maybe it's being versatile with money or something like that. But now I feel like, okay, I can feel it just coming inside me. I haven't thought about it. I haven't been constructively thinking, okay, this is my next phase. I've just felt that I am now going through this muscle building phase slowly, because I know I'm going to start leaning out at the end of the month and maybe get ready for photo shoot or video or something like that. But I can just feel it in me. So yeah, that's why.
Does testosterone help with weight loss?
Yeah, of course. Your testosterone will help with muscle building, weight loss, focus, happiness, energy. Of course, if you're losing testosterone, that leads to aging quickly. So that's definitely something that you don't want. Like, I just had a glycage test. I thought I was tested out of several hundred people, but I found out yesterday it was over thousands of people. I am the anomaly. I am the anomaly of all those people, because my glycanage test, which tests your biological age over your chronological age, was shown to be 25 years old. I'm 46 today. Usually in athletic communities, they actually increase their biological age. Even though they look good, they look healthy, if they push themselves very hard physically, that usually shortens the telomeres and increases their biological age. Mine was lower. However, I make sure that I do many things to look after my testosterone. I fast, obviously, every now and again. I do hot and cold thermogenesis. I meditate. I drink hydrogen-rich water. I do a lot of things. And very importantly, I make sure that my supplements are extremely clean. So I make sure that they adhere to the Prop 65 Act. So I don't have to have a warning on here that says could cause birth defects or could cause cancer. I make sure that they're informed and informed sport and informed choice approved of any banned substances, that they're naturally flavored, they're naturally colored, they have patented ingredients, they have fermented ingredients, organic ingredients, and I eat wild caught, I eat grass-fed and organic. So I do a lot of things to make sure that I improve my health, and testosterone is going to be one of them, because if it's down, it's going to obviously lead to a quickening of aging. So Ferrodrox is a supplement that we have that is a testosterone support matrix, okay? A testosterone support matrix. However, that needs to be with a healthy lifestyle. So making sure that you're getting plenty of sleep, that you're having a good several grams of omega oils every day, making sure that you're looking after your gut microbiome, managing your stress.
Cool. I hope Chase is still watching. He wants to know how old you have to be to start bodybuilding.
You don't have to be a certain age at all. You could start, when you're 12, 13, 14 years old if you want. If you want to just, do some body weight exercise, you want to do resistance training. You don't need supplements during that time. You just need to eat well and consistently, and not just 5 days a week, but 7 days a week, if you want to take it seriously.
Okay. Oops. Got another one. Any tips for improving digestion?
Yeah, I've got plenty. So I don't know what issue you have with your digestion, but I always want to look at the foods that you're eating. What is causing your digestive problems? Are you having vegetable oils? If you've got vegetable oils at home, or if you're eating any fast food, chances are there's going to be laced in vegetable oils, which is very pro-inflammatory. If you've taken medication for a duration of time, that can cause gut dysbiosis, which can screw up your opportunist flora in your gut, which prevents digestion. I like to take digestive enzymes, so obviously in our recaged and our whey protein isolate that I just cooked with, we have digestive enzymes in there that helps break down the protein. So I actually take other digestive enzymes, particularly with my heavier meals, but I always make sure that I take good probiotics every day. I'll eat kefir, I'll drink kefir, I'll eat kimchi and sauerkraut. I'll take my probiotics. This is not something that that I'm going to suggest that you do. I do coffee enemas every week. I'll do colonic hydrotherapy. I do anything that looks after my gut microbiome health. I prioritize my gut microbiome health because I acknowledge that we are made up of more gut bacteria than DNA. So we are more bacteria than DNA. Think about that for a second. So if I want to make sure that I have a strong immune system, I'm able to break down my foods. If I want to eradicate a lot of the inflammatory markers that you're going to get from sugar, so never eat sugar. That's stupid. Don't eat sugar. Don't eat sugar, especially not in large amounts anyway. Don't have high fructose corn syrup. Don't have vegetable oils. Don't eat fast food. Don't eat sugar. Don't eat crap, Don't eat Frankenstein food is what I call it. And Henry Rollins put it as stop eating fun food and eat functional food. So whenever I have a plate in front of me, I want as many colors on it as possible. Not only my leafy greens, I want to eat the rainbow because the prebiotic and probiotic fiber is going to help my gut flourish and digest foods a lot easier.
I have some questions on the multivitamin. Is it animal source or vegan?
No, it's going to be vegan source. So if you want animal source, ancestral supplements, or there's a lot of companies out there that have animal source. You could have like desiccated liver supplements, you can have organ supplements, collagen supplements, bone supplements, but this is going to be vegan.
And is the multivitamin coming out AM to PM dose?
No, it's just one dose. It's one dose is all you need. We've done a lot of studies and tests to show the efficacy of the vitamins and minerals in the blood over a 24-hour period, over a 12-hour period, over different hours. 24 is fine, so it's just going to be once a day supplement.
Alvin wants to know if he wants to reach a happy goal weight, what exercises, eating habits does he need to do to maintain that weight?
I suggest cardio every single day. Every day. I do cardio twice a day, every day. And that doesn't matter if I'm trying to put on size, if I'm trying to lose body fat. I think it's very important for recovery. It assists with the nutrient delivery to your muscles and blood flow, so you feel better not just physically but mentally as well. And if you are going to have a cheat, then you time it well on the day that you're going to train a large muscle group or the day that you're going for a hike. You're not going to do it on your non-training day as well as much because you're going to be insulin resistant as opposed to more insulin sensitive. So that's the great thing about wearing a 24-hour blood glucose monitor. I can see how certain foods, certain environments react. I suggest an ice bath or a cold shower every single day to help mobilize your fatty acids as well, but move. And it doesn't have to be just cardio twice a day. After you've had a meal, go for a 5 or 10 minute walk outside, or do some burpees, or some jumping jacks, or some sit-ups, or push-ups, or lunges. Any of the above will help bring your blood sugar levels down very, very quickly so you can assimilate those foods without adding body fat. So I have a treadmill desk. A lot of the time I do my podcasts or work or phone calls whilst I'm at my treadmill desk.
How have your training sessions been during the pandemic?
It's been phenomenal. My training sessions during the pandemic have probably been better than they ever have been because I like the challenge. There's a lot of people out there that are just so soft, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And I feel embarrassed to be human a lot of the time and related to these other humans that use the pandemic as the excuse as why they will eat a lot of bad food, sit in their ass, binge watch Netflix, and complain about it. I'm like, geez, harden the F up, will you? It's like you guys are half my age and you're whining and moaning about the Quantine 15 that you put on. It's like, shut up, delicate little fat flowers, I like to have the challenge. So if you cannot do squats in your gym, do 1,000 reps. Standing squats with your body weight, do 1,000 reps. Just do sets until you get to 1,000 reps. And then do walking lunges until you get to a couple of hundred reps. And then do wide stance squats, or narrow stance, do stiff-legged deadlifts, whatever. There's so much that you can do just with body weight, So I know a lot of people out there and a lot of actors actually that get in great shape and they do a lot of body weight exercises. They'll do dips, they'll do push-ups, they'll do pike push-ups, they'll do standing squats, they'll do sit-ups. If you've got a chinning bar or something that you can do some chins with, do some chins. That's all you need. That's all you need. You have to control your environment, obviously. But, you know, for your cardio, go outside, do a walk. You don't have to do a Stairmaster. Walk up and down your stairs, do some lunges. Like, I was doing 1,000-calorie workouts. So I'd wear a MyZone, and I'd measure my calories, and I'd either go into the living room or the bedroom or downstairs into the garage, and I wouldn't leave until I'd done 1,000 calories. And guess what I had? A resistance band. Resistance band and body weight. That was it. So there's no reason why you can't do it.
All right, last question, and then you should try that.
Yeah.
Will BCAAs help prevent muscle loss during cardio?
Yeah, branched chain amino acids. Branched chain amino acids can help with that. So it will help with your muscle energy. What I prefer for cardio to prevent muscle loss or to put me in a better state where I'm going to be preventative of those measures, I prefer to take essential amino acids with my fermented glutamine. So I'd have fermented glutamine, okay? I'd have a scoop of that per liter, and then I'll have a scoop of amino synergy per liter. So these are my essential amino acids. These have actually been shown in studies to provide muscle protein synthesis the same as 20 grams of whey protein isolate. And fermented glutamine obviously being the most abundant amino acid in your body, you know, you need to keep your glutamine levels topped up, especially as you deplete them, the more active that you are. Okay, and then I'm gonna get to these bars, yeah? Mm-hmm. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me move this over. Are you able to see this bar, or do you want me to hold it up?
I can move it.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was frozen longer. We should have taken it out just before. So these have only been in the freezer for like 10 minutes because while I was talking here, I know Sunshine got it out the freezer, and it does need to be in there longer. So I'd suggest that you put them in the freezer for about 20, 30 minutes so it's harder, because I like to have crunch with my bars. So let me get a knife here. Fork and a plate over yonder. Okay, so I'm just going to cut down here, cut across there, and hopefully it's not going to stick to the bottom, but it is a little soft. It would have been so much better if it was firmer, but there we go. We're going to deal with what we got, but it's still going to taste just as good. Okay. And there is our protein bar, baby. All right, so in here, just as a reminder, in case you guys wasn't tuned in at the very beginning, we have 2 scoops of our micro-pure whey protein isolate. 2 scoops of that. We have 2 cups of oats that is blended up as a flour in there as well. We also have 1/4 of a cup of Vermont maple syrup. All right. And what else have we? We put up a sprinkle of salt in there and added as well about 3/4 of a cup of water to blend it up. And that's what we've got in here all together. Sunshine, just giving me the sign here so you can take a screenshot of the recipe. And this literally took us 5 minutes to make. That quick. Even a bodybuilder could do it. Okay? Y'all got it? Okay, so that's the recipe. Literally 5 minutes. However, it should be in the freezer for about 20, 30 minutes. And now is the time to test it. That's pretty phenomenal. That is awesome. Do you want to try it?
I already tried it.
Oh, you did?
It's delicious.
She snuck in there. She already tried it. So, if you are looking for a healthy recipe of protein bars that is going to kill your cravings, but it isn't going to add inches to your waistline and gives you plenty of high-grade premium protein isolate that's naturally flavored and naturally colored, this is what you should be going for, because this is great. And when you've got, like I said, when it's frozen and you put these in some Ziploc bags, take them hiking, take them traveling, like we do, take them snowboarding or whatever, You're good. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you. Please, 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 please do go and vote for Cage Muscle Supplements and myself, Kris Gethin, MVP, at the Bodybuilding.com awards, the supplement awards page, and you'll get 25% off all these supplements. Thank you very much, guys. I really, really do appreciate you. I'm Kris Gethin, and I'm out.